Firstly, I would like to do the introduction for our report 2. Introduction. Corporate failure and changes in business structure are one of the normal situations happen in a company. There are many reasons why a company is facing this business environment. Although there are many other reasons business environment that happen in any companies, this report helps students analyze and find out the flow of both corporate failure and changes in business structure.
So, what is a company failure? Company failure refers to a cessation of a company's operation which results to inability to generate enough profit or revenue to cover its operating expenses. So here, company is considered as failed when they cannot generate enough profit to cover their operating expenses.
My name is RABBIATUL binti AHMAD. My matric number 1203153. There are several causes of financial distress that leads to liquidation of a company. One of the common causes is deficient budget preparation and execution. The inability to develop and stick to good budgets. A company will not be able to accomplish much if they don't stick to the budget provisions. Second, poor debt management. Top executive may financially overextend the company by borrowing money to fund growth. If they borrow funds do not result in increased revenues or profit quickly enough, the company may find it difficult to meet its debt payments. This indicates that the corporation has too much debt, and debt ratios indicate that it is having trouble meeting short and long-term debt obligation. This put the company at risk of unpaid fines, default, and bankruptcy.
Default one is capital inadequacy. It happens when a company does not start their businesses with enough money and they suffer from the beginning of their businesses. Some of the decisions of a company involve large cash outlays. So, any bad investment decision might put the company into a financial distress that will lead to a liquidation of a company.
Next is what is changes in business structure. Changes in business structure often mean business owners want to restructure their business governance structure. Typically, they do this to be more profitable, improve processes, and adapt to the changing needs of their business. In changing the business structure, traders should consider the pros and cons of each structure and decide which business structure best suits their business and circumstances. Therefore, changes in the structure of business must be in line with their business plan, objective, and business goals. There are some of the most common changes in business structure, which is sole proprietorship to company, sole proprietorship to partnership, and partnership to company.
Okay, now we talk about the causes of a change in business structure. So the first one is change in economy. So many businesses have suffered huge losses during the economic downturn. So their losses incurred were due to the company's sharp decline in revenue. So high loan of the company had made before the economic downturn, it had led in an increase in interest rates and have a high bad debt with company debtors. So they have to change in business structure. So the second one is change in operation. So many companies change their business operation to continually stay up to date with the newest industry advances in order to stay ahead of the competition. So they knew their technologies, change in the state and federal regulations, and all changes in the local economy can all be the example of strength. So the third one is financial reasons. So they need to make change to the business structure in order to control the company losses and profit. So the company needs to profit return in order to further grow the company. They add branches and new the equipment of the company needs. So the last one is to improve business growth. So due to improve business growth, they have to operate their companies in overseas market and expand their company in global stage. So they decided to change their business structure by change their company innovation into the global market. that they were entering. So they think that innovation become increasingly global due to rate and variety of the technology advances. So in improving business growth, potentially can reduce risk by using alternative center for production and service provision.
In a nutshell, company can take precaution steps to avoid corporate failure, such as supervise cash flow and avoid going to debt. Meanwhile, changes in business structure do not always indicate a bad sign to company. There are still ways to avoid changes in business structure. As example, company can set a clear vision about their business to predict about their growth.